What's up, guys? We're at Jones Subwoofer Solutions again. It's an amp dyno day, and today by request I've got more audio dynamics. This is the AD-1 One of my viewers requested this. This is one I was able to get. So here we are, MK1100.1. This is rated 470 watts at 4 ohms, 770 watts at 2 ohms, and 1150 watts at 1 ohm, all at 14.4 volts. So we'll see what this does today. If you want to guess, drop your guesses now. I'll catch you over on the dyno in just a sec. Alright guys, here we are on the dyno bench. Again, we've got the Audio Dynamics MK1100.1, and it is rated 470 watts at 4 ohms, 770 watts at 2 ohms, and 1150 watts at 1 ohm. We're going to go through testing with certified first. Certified is up to 1% distortion. This is how most manufacturers should be rating their amplifiers. Uncertified, the dyno won't stop reading even if there's distortion or clipping present. That's our uncertified score. And then dynamic is a burst or pulse track. It's a 40 hertz track. That will be our dynamic run. And then we're going to do 4 ohm, then 2 ohm. We'll finish with 1 ohm runs. So let's get into it with certified 4 ohm. We're at 14.8 volts. We should settle right into the 14.4 that these are rated at. I know you guys have been asking me to run lower voltage. Here we are. So again, this is rated 770 watts. No, I'm sorry, 470 watts. Let's see what this does. The AD MK1100.1. 470 watts. Here we go. So well past rated. 554 watts. Into 4 ohms, we dropped to 14.7 volts. We'll keep it moving here. 770 watts rated at 2 ohms. Whoops. All right, here we are. 14.83 volts, starting at 2 ohms. Looking for 770 watts. Here we go. All right, again, mix rated at 2 ohms. We got 873 watts into 2 ohms. Dropped to 14.66 volts. We're just a hair above their rated voltage. Honestly, not enough to make a massive difference. The 1 ohm test will probably hit 14.4. So that's what we'll do now. 1 ohm certified. Rated 1150 watts. Let's see what it does. It did just a bit more. 1186 watts into 1 ohm. We dropped to 14.5 volts. So we will keep going with our uncertified testing. And we'll again start with 4 ohm. Uncertified, we'll let it go into clipping. We'll see if maybe it doesn't make a little bit more power. Here we go, again rated 470 watts at 4 ohms. Yeah, 580 watts into 4 ohms, dropped to 14.7 volts. So it did make a bit more with a little bit of clipping behind it. We're going to go into 2 ohms. We'll go again. We're 14.83 volts starting. We're looking for 770 watts or more. Dang, I let it go. I was looking for 1,000. almost 974 watts into 2 ohms, and we dropped to 14.5 volts. So as it clips, it definitely makes more power. Alright, it doesn't happen with every amp. 1 ohm, rated 1150 watts. Let's see what it'll do uncertified. That's up there. We got 1,385 watts into 1 ohm. We dropped to 14.4 volts. And now we are going to do our burst track, the dynamic power run. And again, we're just going to start with 4 ohms. We're at 14.87 volts starting. Here we go. Alright, rated 470 watts, we got 576 watts. Not bad. 2 ohms, rated 770 watts, here we go. Again, this is pulse tones, pulse 40 hertz tones. We don't quite get 1,000 burst at 2 ohms. We got 988 watts into 2 ohms, dropped to 14.6 volts. And we're going to finish here with 1 ohm. And burst 1 ohm on the MX1100. Here we go. Over 1,500 watts. Alright, we got 1,529 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 14.5 volts. So very good performance out of this. I know you guys ask for it every time. I don't like doing this. We'll try 0.8, see if this amp doesn't protect. We'll see what it does. You don't always get more power at 0.8. Sometimes it's just a stress test. But of course, there's no rating for this. We're at 14.7 volts. I'm not going to let this go very far. Here we go. There you have it. 1,688 watts into 0.8 ohms, dropped to 14.46 volts. So with that, I'm going to wrap up our dyno testing. I'll put up the performance review. I'll catch you guys back on the bench in just a second. Alright guys, here we are. Got the back plate off. You can get a nice look inside. Now these are Korean amps. These are good components. This is really clean layout. That looks pretty good to me. So we can take a look at these end caps. On this end, you've got your standard left and right input and output. You have your level, which is your gain, subsonic filter from 10 to 50 hertz, plug for your bass remote, low pass filter from 35 to 250 hertz. So pretty standard on that end. On this end, you've got 4 gauge power and ground, maybe 10 gauge remote. I don't think that's quite 8 gauge. And same on the two pairs of speaker outputs rather. One thing to note, these connectors, the screws are angled, but the inputs themselves aren't. So these are not like the old Hyphonics angled inputs that everyone hates. These are angled set screws, so they actually push the wire and hold the wire in. Those aren't a bad thing. Those aren't actually angled inputs. And then while I'm thinking about it, on this end, the knobs actually have like feedback to them, a little click as you turn them. So you could probably guess exactly, you know, where your crossover is set by how many clicks into it you are. There's literal clicks on it, so I thought that was cool. But that is what I have for the MX1100. You can see this is a pretty small amp, just a little bit bigger than my hand. So that performed. That was a really good amp, and I think I'll do a little bit more from AD. I think I'm interested in seeing more of their stuff. So, real quick before we go, just to show you, it does come with your phone cord style bass knob. It's one of the smaller ones, but it does have a clip light on it, power and clip. And then you get your toolkit and the instruction manual. And then a little warning came with it that you need to fuse it. There is no internal fuse or anything, so we're used to that with most of these amps. So that is all I have for the AD MX1100.1. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate you guys. If you guys can give me a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when I post a new video, I'd really appreciate that. If you guys have any suggestions for the channel, if you guys have any requests, this was a request. I'll try to get anything done that you guys want to see get done. And any feedback for the channel, go ahead and reach out to me, guys. But I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.